obligatory cough out the way. Hello and welcome back to video, because we've not actually had a video one up in a while.
Oh, no.
We had issues, didn't we? Technical issues, which have now resolved. So now you can see our faces. Hello.
Lucky you.
Movies to drink to. We are back, and we are traveling back to a time when America was great. The 1950s. Are you ready to get silly?
Yes.
I mean, facepalm silly. Like, what? We are talking about Robot Monster from 1953. Had you ever heard of this film before?
A long time ago, I heard about it because it's like it's hailed as one of the stupidest films. Even like of its time.
Yeah, I was actually doing a TikTok live talking about terrible films, and was on some website that was, I don't know, Screen Rant or Collider or something.
Yeah.
Going through like the worst movies ever made, and this one was on there, Robot Monster. I was like, I've never even heard of Robot Monster. What the hell? And it's all on YouTube. All 1 hour and 6 minutes of it is on YouTube, so you can watch it, and we did, and here we go. So, Robot Monster from 1953, directed by Phil Tucker. Good for you, Phil.
Yeah. Well done, Phil.
Yes. It stars George Nader as Roy, Gregory Moffat as Johnny, Claudia Barrett as Alice, Selena Royal as Mother, John Mylong as The Professor, Pamela Paulson as Carla, and George Barrows as Roman, aka the Monster. The plot of this film, Beef.
The monstrous Roman attempts to annihilate the last family alive on Earth, but finds himself falling for their beautiful daughter.
The
age-old.
Yes, you wanna, can't deny that puss. Our story begins with little Johnny and Clara playing outside. Johnny's like 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
And
Clara's maybe like
younger.
8, something like that.
It's,
Two kids, playing outside.
It starts off in a surprisingly existential way, because Johnny kind of walks towards her, and the first words out of Clara's mouth is, "Am I dead?"
As Johnny is playing spaceman with one of those obnoxious toy ray guns, trying to kill Clara. They're wandering through some valley. They appear to be in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
This is obviously filmed in like some valley in California.
Yeah, it
But
was.
these two kids appear to be playing just like out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And they stumble upon two adult men, one of whom is a bit handsy.
Yeah.
This is the professor and a guy called Roy. This is the professor that's a bit like, "Hey there, kid, come sit on my lap." Just like grabs Johnny straight away.
Yeah, he gives off like Nazi vibes a bit as well.
Is it the accent?
The accent is definitely it.
And he's of that age.
Yeah, he's of that age.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, because Johnny goes like, "Oh, they must die," or something, like keep it in character.
Yeah.
Like with his spaceman vibes, and like the Nazi guy is like, "Wouldn't it be nicer if we could live at peace with each other?"
Yes. I know we have made mistakes in the past. But now that we have lost...
Now I'm a scientist for the Americans.
they're by the entrance to some cave, and they're chipping away at a rock. And Johnny is still very much in spaceman character, and he instructs them that they need to die.
Yeah.
So this is the professor, and I guess, Roy. And they are archaeologists, right? Roy tells them that they're carving out a cave painting to send off to be studied, which, don't you just not do that?
Yeah, no, you just like, you don't turn up and go, "This looks like it's billions of years old." Clack, 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 clack.
Wouldn't you send someone there to study it?
Yeah.
Not like, let's just take out this huge chunk of rock with the painting on it.
I mean, there might be more.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do?
We have to take the entire cave. Luckily, I'm quite a dab-hand at mass transportation. Yeah. So, Johnny's mother and sister arrive at the cave to collect him. This is his mother and his sister Alice, who's a bit older. She's more like 18.
Yeah.
And Johnny says to Roy, "This is my sister. Bet you'd like her." And
Yeah,
Roy's like, "Whoa, yeah. Fucking right, I do."
Pimps his sister out.
Yeah.
He's like, "You'd probably like her. Let's talk. Readies."
So yeah, this is Alice, the older sister of Johnny and Clara, and she's obviously like about 18 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, quite a bit older than Johnny. Right, it turns out this lot, they're out on a picnic But Johnny, he has to leave to take a nap. The entire family has a scheduled nap.
Yeah, I know, in the middle of the day.
Yeah, like we're all going to go nap now in the wilderness.
Just out in the open.
Yeah.
This is the 50s. It was so much safer.
They get back to the picnic site and Johnny drops the line, I bet if Dad was still alive, he'd let me stay. Yes. And then he goes on to say that he wants a new dad.
Yeah, like immediately wants a replacement.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, not even subtle as well. And he's like, I hope if I get a new dad, he's a scientist.
Yeah. Kind of like the Nazi over there who's changed his ways. So a bit later, Johnny and his family, they're all sleeping at the picnic site. All of them apart from Johnny, who's faking it.
Yeah, have you noticed the way Johnny is as well? He's not. The rest of them are kind of laid down. He's like curled up in some weird ball, and then he's just like,
So he's faking it. So he gets up and he heads back to the cave. But on the way, right by the entrance, he is struck by lightning.
Yep.
And then there's this kind of electric ball thing in the sky, and electricity is flashing in the cave. Then we cut to a scene of two, what I think are Komodo dragons, fighting. Though I think one might be a crocodile with some extra scales strapped to its back.
Yes, one of them is definitely like a caiman or something with fins attached to it.
Yeah. And there's some shots of dinosaurs fighting.
Some stop motion.
Yeah. Stop motion, like two triceratops fighting.
Yeah.
Not really sure what's happening at this point at all.
It makes no fucking sense.
No.
It just comes out of nowhere and just kind of happens.
Yeah.
And then stops.
It stops. We cut back to the cave, and Johnny is passed out on the floor by the entrance of the cave. By the way, we only ever see the entrance of the cave.
Yes.
Everything happens in the entrance. You never go into the cave.
Health and safety wouldn't allow it to go into the cave.
So he's out on the floor by the entrance of the cave. But there's some kind of radio machine that has appeared, which has bubbles coming out of it.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Johnny gets up. He's fine.
Yeah.
After being struck by lightning. And he starts painting on the cave wall over the original cave painting because he's a little shit.
It's Johnny was here. Draws a big cock on it.
Spunk lines. Johnny came here. There's some more electric flashy stuff. And Johnny runs around the corner to the entrance of the cave. And from the cave emerges a man in a gorilla suit, but the head, instead of a gorilla head, it's a space helmet.
Yeah.
That's it. Not exaggerating for like comedic effect. No. That is literally what it is. It's a guy in a gorilla
costume.
Yeah, with a space helmet on top.
Paper mache.
Yeah,
like space
that's
helmet
it.
with antenna sticking out of it. Like a Marvin the Martian.
Yeah. On the poster, is it like inside the space helmet? It's like a skull.
Yes,
that's not in the film.
Nope.
Yeah, no, you don't see that. Nope. No. So this is our monster. And then he turns to some other sci-fi piece of equipment that's appeared. And it turns out it's like a TV. And it shows images of asteroids and space. And then he uses it to FaceTime another guy in a gorilla suit with a space helmet on.
Yep.
This other guy is his boss.
Yep, the guidance counselor or some shit.
And he says, you're late.
Yeah, you're late. You're 15 minutes late.
We're going to dock your wages.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he turns around, he goes, you're late. And he goes, well, the gravity's much stronger here. Like, as if that's an excuse. I mean, I'm going to use it at work.
It's the gravity.
Yeah, the gravity's really strong in my flat. It's such a weird, like, there's loads of little bits like that where he just comes out with weird shit. You're like, alright.
So, from what I gather, based on the conversation they have, these dudes are aliens. And Earth is the only planet they have found with life on it. But humans are no match for them. Even though we've created the atomic bomb, it's no match for their cosmic ray.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Now, this is where it all gets a bit confusing. He says, all the humans are dead. Mm-hmm. I've killed them all, and now the path is clear for the rest of you. So I'm guessing that's what that ball of electricity was in the sky. That was all the humans being...
dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but yeah, that wiped out all the humans. So wiping out all of mankind, apart from Johnny and the few other characters in this film.
Yeah, Johnny and his family.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they're just a family. And they're like, no! there are 8 people. Oh, yeah, there's 8 more people alive, he says.
Oh, God, yeah. So his boss talks a load of nonsense, but basically he tells him that there's 8 people left.
Yeah.
And you go and find and destroy them. Also, the aliens just speak English, but like in kind of, I am a robot.
Yeah. And then they speak in facts as well, because my favourite bit is where they're talking to it, and he goes, like, just tell me in facts or something, and the monster goes, fact A, my pulse is up.
That is a fact.
Yeah, that is a fact. Is it angina? That might be...
The other thing is, like, their voices are clearly dubbed over, and the voices don't match the hand movement, so it's like, I am coming to destroy you.
Yeah, they're like Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares. Like, I've come into this kitchen to completely clear it up.
The monster then just walks back into the cave, right? And Johnny runs off, and then he bumps into the professor, who is hanging out in the ruins of some building. It's like, when I say the ruins, it's you only see like 2 walls.
Yeah,
there's no roof.
It was a house or something at some point, some sort of dwelling.
Part of the foundations left.
Now it's just a couple of walls left, but this is their house.
Yeah. But Johnny addresses the professor as Papa.
Yes.
See, what isn't really made clear, and it isn't until the end at all, but we'll get to that, it would seem at this point there has been some kind of time jump.
Yeah, apparently so.
Which seems to be years.
Yeah.
So the professor is now married to Johnny's mum and basically his dad. They live in some ruin, and the only thing protecting them from Roman, the monster, is some electric beams that the professor and his and Johnny's sister Alice built, kind of like an electric fence.
There's just some wires going around the walls,
and they buzz.
Yeah, they buzz a little bit. And apparently, that's all you need to not be detected. By the monster that's 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're all like, listen, ever since Roman came and he killed everyone, we have to stay within the beams or he'll get us. We can't ever leave, right? Yeah. When they're inside the barrier, Roman can't see or hear them. But if you say one word outside of the beams, he'll fucking kill you. Yeah. So they cannot leave, apart from all the times they do.
And Roman can't find them even though there's no fucking roof on this. They're just exposed to the elements. Yeah. So what does Roman see if he does walk there? Because he's literally just down the road. I mean, if he's just going like on his morning walk or something and he walks by, is it blurred out? I don't... It's just
censored.
Like, what a curious thing.
So Johnny's like, oh, Roman, I saw him by the cave. But surely they know that. Right? It's so confusing at this point. The professor is like, what? Why is he here? Why is he here? Yeah. Why here? And I'm still confused as to when this time jump thing happened or what's going on. But Johnny thinks, he is just around the corner, but this news comes as a shock to them. Yeah. They're like, well, he's just there? Yeah. In the cave?
They haven't left the ruins, like the dwelling.
Apparently in a long time, it would seem at this point. So Johnny thinks that they can kill him, and the professor is like, nope, all the armies of the world couldn't stop him.
Even the great Third Reich!
But Alice is more like, well, maybe we can find a weak spot. This is literally the dialogue. He's like, all the armies of the world fail. It's like, maybe we can find a weak spot. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe he's at the back of his ankle.
Yeah, I don't know. The professor is convinced that there's no more people out there, and they start trying to think up of ways to communicate with people who may or may not be on a space platform.
Yeah,
they mention this space platform a number of times. You never see it.
You do.
Sort of. I believe it's a space station.
Yeah,
basically,
but it's shown as a rocket because there's the bit. Well, we'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, it's a rocket on a stick. Yeah.
Then it turns out the family, they also have a big sci-fi FaceTime machine. Where the fuck this came from?
Yeah, I know.
Don't know.
It's like everyone's got a big space phone.
Yeah.
This huge, which is, again, is just up against the wall in this
ruin.
Like,
who put that there?
Yeah. Haven't even got any sort of cooking implements or nothing, but they've got this nice shiny fucking Apple
it's like a giant iPod or something. Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but Roman, he calls them on it.
Yeah, he just got their number.
Yeah, hi. And it literally works like FaceTime. Yeah. So he calls them and he says, "Listen, give yourself up, and I'll give you a painless death." He goes, "Also, there's only 5 of you left now," and they're like, "Oh. I guess that means Roy is dead."
Yeah.
So that's 8. And if Roy's dead, there's still like 2 others we don't know about.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out.
When they like, oh, that means Roy must be dead. And then Johnny's like, bet Alice is glad because they used to fight all the time. I was like, fucking hell, Johnny. I was like, was Roy some sort of batterer? Like,
the professor is like, Roy was a good man. Without him, I never would have developed my serum. What serum?
Yeah, no, that's
never been mentioned before. But yeah, he's developed a serum and Roy helped him do it. Alice is upset because she clearly had a thing for Roy, but she still can't say anything nice about him.
No, not at all.
Roman then shows them footage of of atomic bombs going off and cities being destroyed. Like, this is what I did to all your mates.
Yeah, he literally says, "I'll show you what I did with everyone."
Yeah,
like,
it's
like just battered places.
Like, ha, look at this. This is my favourite one.
Yeah, all the hits.
Look at them screaming.
Yeah. Well, I'll just pause this. Look, like, you weren't watching. I'll rewind it.
I like how they cut back every now and then to Roman, who stood outside his cave with his bubble machine going.
Yeah.
This thing just bubbles coming out of it. Like, what?
He's trying to pop them.
And then he explains, everyone is dead but you. Again. Like, we know. He just says it again.
I mean, the least threatening family in the world. And he's like, yeah, and like, my superior beings that I come from won't come until you guys are dead.
Yeah.
Like,
why don't they just come and kill them?
2 under 10s.
Yeah, like an old Nazi.
Yeah.
Some woman. It doesn't make any sense. And then suddenly he just says, very well, I will recalculate. Your death will be indescribable. Because there'll be no one to describe it to.
Yeah, exactly. No one's left.
Roman ends by saying they're fools and there is no escape. Rawr. After he hangs up, the mum is like, maybe we should talk to him and try and make peace.
Yeah, he seems reasonable.
You cut back to Roman outside the cave, and he heads inside the cave. But outside, around the corner, is Roy, still alive.
Roy is not dead.
Yes.
He just ripped his shirt a bit.
Yeah. Roy caught in some brambles.
Yeah. He's just woken up from a bender.
Roy touches his bubble machine, and it makes a noise. This alerts Roman, who heads back out, and Roy hides again. And Roman calls his boss on the FaceTime machine. He's like, someone's been fucking with my bubble machine.
But you can't see Roy, who is like there. Like every now and again, he's like, huh? And Roy's like,
but like some supreme being that's wiped out most of the planet. He's a fucking idiot.
And they can calculate there's 8 people on the fucking planet, but they can't see Roy
around the corner. Yeah, and he says to his boss, like, someone's been fucking my bubble machine. He goes, also, I think my calculations are wrong. I've got 5 humans left. And then the boss goes, error, there are 8 humans left.
He's like, are you sure it's not 5?
Like, so one's come back to life? A zombie. His boss basically says, like, listen, just don't fuck this up. Just go and kill them. Like, this should not be difficult.
Yeah, there's 5, and like 2 of them, again, are children.
Yeah.
Like, it should be easy. Are you sure it's not 5? I mean, I've been at the cave the whole time.
Yeah. Well, technically it's 8, because Roy makes 6, and there's 2 others we'll find out about in a minute.
Fucking McCoy and whoever.
Roy arrives back at the ruins, the family ruins, and the rest of the family are there. The professor tells Roy that Roman told us we are the last 5 people on Earth. And Roy says, actually, there's 2 more, Jason and McLeod.
Yeah, they sound interesting.
So that's 8. That's your 8 people.
Your 8 people.
Yeah, you got Johnny, Carla, Alice, the professor, Mother, Roy, Jason, McLeod.
Yep.
Right? Turns out that this serum that they mentioned earlier, that the professor invented at some point, is the cure for all diseases ever.
Even the common cold.
Yep. And he injected himself, the family, Roy, and these 2 random dudes called Jason and McLeod. And that...
So they're clearly important to the plot. That's what we're trying to get at.
That stopped the death ray, the cosmic ray, from killing them.
Yes.
Yes. It's like, created this serum. Yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Of course.
The logic is... like, unarguable.
Roy says he has enough fuel to get to the space station, and he has enough serum to give it to the whole garrison that are waiting there.
Yeah.
There's a garrison, an army on this space platform thing. They're going to take the serum to them, give it to them, come down, kill Roman.
Yeah.
Plan, cool. They decide they need to make contact with the space platform before Jason and McCloud head there. Otherwise, the garrison will think it's Roman and blow it up. Right? Their little ship. So, they have to rewire the FaceTime machine to call them without Roman noticing the transmission. Fuck, this film is dumb. So, Alice and Roy rewire the machine. And then there's lots of shots of hands pretending to work on some machine.
With a soldering iron that's not even turned on. They're just jabbing at it.
And there's like the voiceover goes over it the whole time of Roy and Alice. And it kind of indicates that this process is taking days. And after it is revealed that they've been trying to rewire this thing, it turns out they have been there for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
Without sleep.
Yeah.
And in that time, the rocket with Jason and McCloud is already taken off.
Yep.
So
they're like, we fucked it.
Yeah. we could have stopped working on this like a day ago.
Yeah. If we turned the soldering iron on, we could have finished in about an hour.
They clearly know that Jason and McCloud took off. So why did no one tell Roy and Alice?
Because they were too busy, rekindling.
Can't stop now.
Yeah.
It's like
don't bother me with your nonsense.
But you're really going to want to hear this news.
Yeah, honestly, it's important. It's fucking nuts.
And then, so Roman, then he says, yesterday I calculated 5 of you. Now I calculate 6. So he knows Roy is not dead now.
Yeah.
Right? And so, the 8 is correct, his boss said. The fuck was that?
That was my phone.
Oh, right. Yeah, so Roman is FaceTiming the family again. And when he says, there's 6 of you, Alice over FaceTime blurts out, oh, he doesn't know about Jason and McCloud then. It's like, well, he does now, you stupid bitch. But it turns out he did know anyway, and he blew up the rocket ship. Yeah. So Jason and McCloud are dead.
It's a fantastic piece of cinema because it kind of, this is where because you see the rocket going along and this is where you see the space platform, which is just, it's literally, it looks like it's made out of toilet roll and stuff, and at one point you see it's a man holding it with a stick with smoke around it, and then he blows up the rocket, and then it goes, now I blow up the space platform, and he goes like that, and then it blows up.
Yeah. So he's blowing up the rocket, and then he destroys the space platform. Yeah. So that's all done. That plan is over. And Roman declares there were, as he goes, of the 2 billion, only 6 are left. Because believe it or not, the population of the world was about 2 billion in 1953. He again offers them a painless death if they surrender, and then he says he will seek them out in 1 hour.
Yeah.
What? I'm going to find you in an hour. How do you haven't found them in years.
Yeah, you just keep walking past them every day.
Even when they leave the fucking area.
Still don't see him.
So even Roy was not within the beams. And he still just couldn't find him. Didn't even know he was there. After he hangs up, Johnny asks, why doesn't he like people? Yeah. Which is a good question. What's this guy's deal?
Yeah. What is the plot?
Yeah. Why? Fuck's going on? And then Mum suggests again trying to reason with Roman.
Yeah. But the professor, a little while before, it turns out the professor's got a gun, and Alice goes if nuclear rays or something didn't affect him, that's not gonna. And he's like, it's not for him, it's for us. And at this point as well, and Martha's like, we should probably talk to him. The professor's like, well, I've still got this. Suicide's still a great idea.
There's no shame in it.
Yeah. He's still got the cyanide tooth.
Yeah.
It's like, this is for you. Yeah. This is for me.
So the dad agrees, Professor, to talk to him. But this involves Alice and Roy once again farting about the FaceTime machine, because apparently it is actually only a one-way thing at the moment. But this time they're like, listen, Alice, you've only got 1 hour now.
Yeah.
Because not 2 fucking days like last time. No, that shit. He said he's going to find us in an hour. Outside of the cave, Roman is playing with his bubble machine when he gets a call on the FaceTime machine, and it's the family. And he's like, good, you are calling to surrender. But they're like, nah. The professor decides to show off the family to Roman in a bid to make him sort of feel bad about killing them. He starts with Mum. Right, this is my wife of 23 years. You're like, wait, hang on, what?
I know. My wife of 23 years. And Johnny,
Johnny's not aged.
Yeah, at this point I was like, oh, she hasn't remarried. Apparently, weirdly, like, they've always been married now.
Yeah, what the fuck? And, what? And then he introduces Alice, and Roman just says, no! Yeah. Then Carla, who looks like she really can't be arsed with any of this.
No.
And then Roman says to this, I have no emotions. He then introduces Johnny, who sticks his tongue out at Roman.
Yeah.
Like, remember, Johnny, we're trying to get this guy to like us.
Yeah. And also, Roman's like, I have no emotions. He goes to Johnny, sticks his tongue out, and he goes, the boy is insolent! Yeah. He's clearly annoyed.
And then finally, Roy.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about Roy.
No.
He's just like, next. And then Roman says, hang on a minute. Show me the fit one again. Show me that hot girl.
Go back
Alice. Go back to Alice.
Go back one.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah. I'll talk to her.
Yeah, he says, he's like, I'll speak with the hot one. And only the hot one. So, everyone's going to look at each other like, oh, God. At least he didn't pick Carla.
Go back to your daughter. Not that one's too young.
The one with boobs. I like your mammary glands. They are perky. Christ.
It's so weird.
And so he's like, okay, I'll speak with the hot one, only the hot one. So Alice agrees to meet him in person in an hour by some other old ruin. The family are not happy about this, even though it's literally the only option they have.
Yeah.
But Roy is insistent that she ain't going anywhere. So he manhandles her, and then they all shove her on the ground.
Yeah.
They're all like, the whole family's like, get on the ground, bitch. Yeah. They all hold her down. And during this ruckus, Johnny sneaks off.
Yeah, he runs away.
Yes. And then, now we have the intermission.
Yeah, there's literally an intermission screen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we'll go to the lobby if you want to want to put the kettle on. Pause this.
Yeah,
this is the time, and we'll be here just for the next few minutes. Did you see there's another plane crash in America?
Another one
in Philadelphia.
What, after the one with the?
Yeah.
Jesus, no.
Yeah, it's like Friday last night. It crashed into like a fucking shopping mall in Philadelphia in the middle. It's fucking.
That's insane. Yeah. I haven't seen that. Apparently, Trump's already made loads of cuts to the FAA and stuff, and now he's being like, "Oh, it's DEI hires. Nothing to do with me."
Fucking. Jeez, yeah, Christ, unreal. Oh, we're back. So back with the movie. Roman is making his way to the meeting location, struggling in the Californian heat because he's in a fucking gorilla costume. This poor actor.
There's just shots of him walking along, and you can't hear it, but you know he's wheezing.
Yeah. It's like, this is like, a valley in California, and a guy's walking around in a fucking gorilla costume.
And it's one of those. It's ridiculous as well, because every time you see him, he's like walking in a different direction.
Yeah.
He's just walking up backwards and forwards.
He's like, I will meet you down by the river, and then there's a shot of him walking up a hill.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Back at the ruin, they've noticed that Johnny is missing, and they reckon he might be going to meet Roman. So Roy says, him and Alice, who he is tied up now,
to stop her.
We'll go looking.
Yeah.
So they now have to untie Alice so that she can go looking. But the whole point was they wouldn't let her leave. But now it's like, well, now we're going to untie you and let you leave.
Yeah, she'll be fine with me. And she's like, well, I'll go, but I'm not talking to you again. Like, she's like slightly miffed at being fucking manhandled and tied up by her own family.
Christ.
We're being hysterical.
Yes. Johnny arrives at the ruin, and Roman is like, where's the babe?
Yeah. What are you doing here, boy?
Yeah. I specifically asked for the one with tits. Yeah. Johnny explains that Alice isn't coming, and Johnny calls him a bully. So Roman tries to kill Johnny, but he can't because of the serum, right?
Yeah.
And then Johnny explains the serum to him, what it is, and why they're alive.
Just before, he goes Johnny's like, why are you trying to kill all the humans, basically? He goes, humans were getting too intelligent. I was like, wait till 2025, that wears off. And then he's like, he goes, I think you're a bully. And he goes, I will kill you now. So good.
How dare you call me a bully, you little pipsqueak?
Yeah.
Prepare to die. So Johnny explains to him all about the serum and what it is and how they've injected and that's why they're alive.
Yeah.
And Roman's like, thanks.
Yeah,
I'll recalculate my death rate and then I'll kill you, you dumb fuck.
Johnny just volunteers this information as well. And then he goes,
It's like, damn. So Johnny runs off. Roman makes like practically no effort to chase him because he's not got much maneuverability.
He just does that. He shakes his fist as he runs away. Pesky kids!
Yeah. It's like, I'm not running in this gorilla suit. Yeah. Fuck off. We then cut over to Roy and Alice. Roy takes his shirt off to reveal his bod.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, I tell you why.
He's just like,
Then they spot Roman, and Roy instantly picks up Alice and carries her away because women can't run.
She can't run herself. It's like...
This is like, apparently in the 50s, women could not run.
No, not at all.
Or at least this is what all men believed. They're like, oh no, we've got to go. Yeah, I'll pick you up and carry you. Like, what?
It'll be much faster if I weigh myself down with your body weight.
They hide from Roman in a bush. Yeah. Although Roman, he doesn't really look for them. He's just walking around.
He's just wandering back to his cave.
Yeah.
He's like humming.
Meanwhile, Johnny has returned to the family ruin. And he tells them, like, listen, guys, I fucked up. And he says about the serum, he goes, he got it out of me.
Yeah, I know.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't even ask.
Yeah, you just voluntarily told him.
You just went, have you heard about the serum?
Yeah. Do you want to know why we're still alive? Yeah. I'll tell you. This is this, right?
Kicking yourself.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking make sure he's not in trouble. He got it out of me, like twisted my arm, like it was twisting my nipples and stuff. I had to tell him.
Yeah. Sometime later, there's a light flashing thing in the sky.
Yeah.
Alice and Roy are still hiding from Roman in a bush, and Roy decides this is a good time to try and get it on with Alice.
Well, they start miming to each other.
Yeah, they seem to lose the power of speech.
Yeah, I don't know. I think whether they're trying to be quiet just in case, like, Roman will hear them. And none of the mimes make any sense. They're all like...
Yeah. They're just like, and then this way. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? But then
it works.
Yeah, they start, she lies down, there's just like kissing and it's weird. He goes in to kiss her for the first time and he kisses her on the forehead. Like, yes, you are my pet. We then cut to Roman returning to his cave. Then we go over to Roy and Alice. They are returning now to the family and they announce that they want to get married.
Yeah.
And they want the professor to perform the ceremony.
Yep.
Why not?
Sure.
Yeah. Back in his cave, Roman calls his boss on FaceTime and informs him about the serum. And basically, they're going to use the serum against them to kill them all, which we knew anyway. But he explains it again. So back at the ruin, and the wedding is happening. It's shit and boring. I don't know if they're joking, but they kind of allude that they're going to go somewhere on a honeymoon.
Yeah.
It turns out they're not joking. Alice and Roy they're going on their honeymoon. Destination... a field nearby.
Yeah, fuck those. They're just wandering.
It's just a field across the road there. That field there.
The professor's like, yes, go on your honeymoon, but be back by 9.
Yes. Someone says, like, where are you going to go, Niagara Falls? I doubt it.
Yeah. How are you even going to get there?
Yeah. This is stupid.
The budget's not in the budget.
Yeah. So they're on their honeymoon in the field, which is literally next door to the ruins. And Carla arrives to give Alice some flowers because Alice didn't get any flowers for her wedding.
Yeah.
So Carla comes along, here's some flowers. And then they're like, oh, thank you very much. Now you run back to the family ruin, to the beam, to safety. Okay. So Carla leaves and then they go off. Carla, on her way back to the ruin, runs into Roman.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see, at first he doesn't seem to kill her. He seems to like kidnap her, I think. He just like picks her up and kind of carries her off and then it cuts. Because then in the next scene, Roman is returning to the cave, but he's on his own.
Yeah.
But then...
It's a bit noncy.
Yeah.
Like, he just, like, she turns up and he goes, "What are you doing here alone, girl child?" And she goes, like, "My daddy won't let you hurt me." And he goes, "We'll see."
We'll see about that.
And then grabs her. Like, and then, then the next thing you see, he's on his own. You're like, ooh. That's dark.
He then gets back to his cave, and he gets on the FaceTime machine to his boss, and he tells him that he strangled Carla.
Yeah, I know.
And only 4 remain. And his boss is like, "No, there's 5," because he knows there's 5 because he saw Roy. He was introduced to him. Yeah. But fuck's sake, yeah, right. So Roman seems to think that when he says there's only 4 to kill. Yeah. He's got this idea that he thinks one human should be left alive for reasons.
For science. I want to keep the hot one for science.
Yeah, as a reference to humans.
Just to, as a pet.
As
a pet, maybe.
Yeah. But the boss is like, nah, kill them all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, kill them all. We cut back over to the honeymoon field, and Roy's got his shirt off again. And
he gets married shirtless. He doesn't even put it on to get married. Yeah, he's like from that point on, Roy does not wear a shirt.
I thought he put it on for the wedding.
Nope.
Oh, must have not been paying attention. So yeah, he's got his shirt off, and they're in a bush again, and they're pashing.
Yeah,
doing a bit of smooching. But then Roman arrives. It's a cock blocker.
Yeah,
a fight breaks out. Kind of. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Roy is strangled and thrown off a cliff. At least that's what it looks like is happening.
Appears to happen.
Roman is now chasing after Alice, and he picks her up and he carries her off, right? Back at the family ruin, Ma and the professor, they find Carla's corpse. She is dead.
She's dead. They killed the small girl.
Yes.
First.
Yes. Mother, understandably, is very upset and starts crying, and the professor tells her to be quiet, woman, or Roman will hear you. Stop crying. She's like, fucking hell, mate.
You're being hysterical.
Yes.
Just a child.
Yes, I've seen thousands of dead children.
I put them to death myself.
Yes. I used to have people like you dig their graves. Oh, man. So, yeah, shut the fuck up or Roman's going to hear you. But he won't because he's busy with Alice.
Yeah,
he's holding Alice. So he's carrying her. And Alice, who has decided to stop kicking and screaming, and now seems to try and flirt with Roman. She says, "How is it you're so big and strong, Roman?"
He's like, "I've got a gravity." It's the gravity or something.
He reveals he gets his strength through some kind of energizer thing.
That's it.
She's like, "Is it big enough to carry around?" He goes, "No, it's back at my cave." That's what he says.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's back at the cave." I think this is what the bubble machine is.
Potentially.
Because it serves no other purpose, the bubble machine.
It makes it sound like it's going to be important.
Yeah. Back over at the ruin, they're burying Carla. Johnny doesn't seem very upset, but I think that's just because the kid's a shit actor.
Johnny's like, "Oh, I should have let her play house once or twice."
Yeah. Shucks.
Damn it. And then... Was it the professor says something weird as well? Because he goes, "Well, we enjoyed her for as long as we had her."
And boy, did we enjoy her.
Now we have to move on. Like, all right, like you've literally just finished. You've just put the shovel down.
Yes. Now it is time to enjoy you, Johnny. What? But, so they've buried Carla. Roy arrives. He's not dead.
Again.
Yeah. And he informs them that Roman has taken Alice, and then he collapses and dies.
Yeah, literally. He's made it all the way back from wherever he was, miles away. Like, he gets back and he goes, "He's got Alice."
And he literally goes, "Ugh." And
he said, "Roy's dead." Roy's dead.
That's what he says. He looks and walks over. He's like, "Roy is dead. For realsies this time."
There's no coming.
He's definitely dead.
Poking his eyeball with a stick. Yeah, he's gone.
We will harvest the corpse. Cut back to Roman, who are carrying Alice to the cave. Alice, who has resumed screaming.
Yeah.
She's back to screaming now. Anyway, Johnny, he has a plan, right? They're going to call Roman on FaceTime. They're going to tell him that they're going to surrender. And when he comes out of the cave to meet them and get Johnny, the professor is going to sneak into the cave and grab Alice.
Yep.
That's it. The professor's like, "Great idea."
Yeah, because Johnny's like, "I'll be the bait." And okay.
Yes. Like the sound of this. Yes. So, Roman returns to the cave with Alice, and he's horny.
Yeah.
He starts trying to take her dress off, and she says, like, "You've not even told me where the Energizer is yet." Silence. Let me see your hooters.
So you haven't even bought me dinner. You haven't even showed me your Energizer, big boy.
Where did all that strength come from then? Yeah, and he's like trying to take her dress off, and he's getting like...
I know. I was like, for a 50s movie, I was like, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Like,
you see it like come down. Like, I had to go back. I was like, what? Was that almost some boob? Unfortunately for Roman, he's interrupted by someone trying to FaceTime him. Yeah. And you hate it when that happens. Like, oh.
And he is like...
So Roman ties Alice up and he knocks her out. Then he answers the FaceTime. Yeah.
Like, oh, it is the 50s.
So he answers the FaceTime, and it's the family, or what's left of them. And basically they're goading Roman to come and get them. And Roman's like, I'm a bit busy right now. I'm hoping to have my hands full.
I'll come and get you later.
Yeah. Just give me 45 minutes.
Yeah. Give me 3-4 minutes.
Alice is now conscious again. But Roman, he's getting another call. Like, this time it's from his boss. He's like, God damn it.
Puts his pants back on.
So this time his boss is calling him. And his boss is pissed off that he hasn't killed Alice. And Roman's basically just like, listen, I'm not having a good time, man. I don't really know what to do. And the boss just says, just kill them all, or I will kill you. But Roman's thinking with his dick now.
Yeah.
And he has this kind of like crisis thing where he's like, I must, but I cannot. I should, but I will not. But do? I do not know.
Bang or not bang?
Yes. Bang, then kill?
Kill, then bang? Nah.
What's a robot monster to do? The family... They head to the meeting point and they give Johnny the gun, and then they send him off, and they obviously go off to the cave. Roman is getting another call from his boss, and he says, "Why haven't you killed the girls?" Like, it's been like 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, literally.
Johnny arrives at the cave, even though they weren't meant to be meeting there. They were meant to be meeting halfway between. There's some ravine, but anyway, whatever. So they're going to go try this plan. And Roman's, again, having a bit of a crisis. He says, I cannot do it. I cannot kill the girl. But I will kill the boy.
Yes.
That's literally what he says.
It's literally that tone as well. I can't kill you unless... And he goes, don't hate me because I'm going to go and kill your brother.
Yeah, Alice, do not hate me, but I'm going to go kill your little brother. Yeah. So he goes off to kill Johnny, and then Mother and Professor arrive at the cave to get Alice, right? Roman meets Johnny at the... meeting point. Johnny has thrown away the gun for some reason as well.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's just like Johnny's got ADHD or some shit. He's just put it down somewhere, chased the butterfly, and he's just like. But he's only found Roman by accident.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
So Roman, he meets Johnny, and he starts strangling him. He's killing Johnny, but then from space, his boss kills Roman with force lightning or something. So he shoots him. So now Roman is dead. Because his boss was just like, had a fuck enough of him, I guess.
Yeah,
it was like,
just fed up with him trying to like
like,
bang.
how have you not
company time?
Yeah, how have you not killed these like really insignificant?
Literally like the easiest people to murder.
Yeah,
like, we killed every like country on the planet, and you're having trouble with the Waltons.
Yeah, that's so stupid. So now Roman is dead, and then his boss unleashes Q-rays. Q-rays, right? Whatever it is, it brings the dinosaurs back to life. I know. And the plan is that the dinosaurs will then kill the humans.
It's so absurd that the guy, the guidance counselor or whatever it is, has to explain it. He goes, now I will use the Q-ray, which will bring the dinosaurs back to life, and will kill for 4 people. Where was left 3 or 4 people? You're going to resurrect all of the dinosaurs. Yeah. But what if they're not near them?
So cue a bunch of stop motion dinosaurs. Oh, I think an aardvark dressed as a dinosaur.
Yep.
And more footage of like crocodiles fighting with like fins strapped to them. Yep. It's totally fucking weird. That goes on for a while. And then we cut back to the cave, and it's a bit different this time. Roy is carrying Johnny back over to the professor because it seems that Johnny had some kind of fall and he hit his head.
Yeah.
So this whole movie's just been a dream.
Yes, it's that it was all a dream ending.
Yeah.
Like, that you think that you're told in like school not to do.
Use. Yeah, to never use.
Yeah.
Like they used it once in Wizard of Oz, and that's it. Yeah, don't ever do it.
Cop out any, but this is This carries Johnny down. He's got like a big smudge on his head, which is supposed to be where he's knocked himself out, and he's like, and he does the like the Wizard of Oz. Oh, you were there,
and you were there, and you were not a Nazi, and you died, Carla.
Yeah, first.
Yeah, and Alice, I saw your boobs because that monster was trying to fucking get in your pants.
Oh, and you and Roy should not get together.
Yeah.
It's a toxic relationship.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, Alice had a dream about you getting raped by a fucking man in a gorilla suit.
Johnny never recovered as well. He went on to kill several people.
So yeah, it was all a dream. But then the last shots of the film are just Roman walking towards the screen over and over again.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Monty Python thing. It's like...
It's just the same shot of him coming to the screen with like electric going
3 times.
It just happens and then it just ends.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, what did you think?
I had a lot of fun watching this. I mean, it's awful. It's terrible. It's like it's been written by a 5-year-old.
This is the thing, because obviously, I mean, at the end you find out that essentially everything that happens in the film is the dream of a 10-year-old, which in a way makes sense because it's written like it was written by a 10-year-old.
See, now, if that was deliberate and it was deliberately
That's
written,
genius.
Yeah, it's genius. That everything, the reason he's half a gorilla with a spacesuit on is because it's a 10-year-old's dream. Like, you'd be like, that's clever as fuck.
Yeah, the space platform.
There's no way.
I don't know. It's like a satire of itself almost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of genius.
Yeah.
Like this film, yeah, it's so bad, it's so juvenile, it's so childish, but essentially the film is a 10-year-old's dream.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
I mean, yeah, there's no way that was a deliberate choice, but I mean, I wish it was.
It's so low budget as well.
Oh yeah, completely.
Like there's no sets.
No, it's literally filmed within the same sort of square mile.
Yeah, and when I say there's no sets, every shot is outside.
Yeah, it's completely filmed. It's filmed entirely outside.
Yeah.
Not one. Like, apparently where they film it was used in quite a lot of films back then. But it would only be used for like a few shots, and then other exteriors or interiors would be used. But this was like, no, this is where it is. That's why, like, when they go for a picnic, they're next to all these like just rocks and shit. Like, it's the worst place for a picnic.
They could have, like, honestly, just. It seems like the camera is set up in the middle, and then they just turn to there's the cave, there's the picnic, there's the ruin.
Literally. That area.
Yeah. All right. Did you have any trivia on this?
I did.
Excellent.
This was one of the most lucrative movies of its day. It had a box office of more than $1 million on a budget of 20,000.
Wow.
I mean,
but that's when it was like, 2 movies released a year.
Yeah.
Like, options, so many options and what to see. That's great.
Insane. But yeah, like as just mentioned, I mean, it's regularly hailed as like one of the worst, my biggest turkeys like of any time. So according to Michael Medved and Harry Medved's book, The Golden Turkey Awards, director Phil Tucker attempted suicide after the film was released because critical reaction was so negative. He put a gun next to his head, pulled the trigger, and missed.
Another misfire, Phil. Will I ever get a hit?
Yeah, I love that. Like, but yeah, what was he expecting? I mean, surely he watched it, and he couldn't have watched that and gone, "Fuck me, that's gonna win Oscars."
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna go down in history as it's gonna be up there with the 10 Commandments.
Right.
Oh, that was the other thing. Elmer Bernstein did the score for this film.
Yeah, I saw in the credits. Yeah,
and Elmer Bernstein did the score for like the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
And like did a lot of comedy stuff like Trading Places and like huge films. And then like when his name popped up, I was like, really, Elmer? I mean, and the score is kind of all over the place. Like,
yeah, like the film.
Yeah,
wow.
It's insane. Yeah, they're the only 2 bits that were worth checking out, really. The rest of it was all just about how shit it is.
Well, there you go. Robot monster
Yeah.
1953. It's on YouTube. It's like an hour long.
Yeah, do watch it. It's an hour.
Yeah, watch it. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I guess that's it for this episode. Thank you. Like and subscribe, all that crap. I think we're done. It's a very, very short episode.
It's one of our best endings yet.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you very much. And good luck, Al. Good night and good luck.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you all for coming here tonight and drinking all of my booze. No, really. Please leave. The party's over. Get out.